and then we need
Yeah.
hello everybody. Well, fuck, we need to do the traditional test thing in order to sync this up. So, are you ready? Test!
Yeah, I'm ready. Test! Fuck. Yeah, you fucking...
Yeah, it worked.
You asshole.
Fuck you. But yeah, so...
Okay, let's try again. Try again.
Nah,
Okay,
that's
so
good. That's good, man. It's good.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, welcome everybody to the what are we called now?
Okay, so let's... Coming to you live from Sweden, from some place that's being fucked over by many non-Swedes, and coming to you from West Virginia, the place where heroin and neo-Nazis meet and coalesce into something beautiful. It is the Fresh Sorcerer, Karl the Deranged, and joining us from now on to every episode of this podcast, to the chagrin of many, many angry people who don't know how to into girls, Nostalgia Chan!
Yeah, basically, nostalgia. What's happened here is you joined you joined the crew of this podcast, and you're going to stay in it forever, and that means basically that you've gotten a terminal disease. you won't get rid of this shit.
Always wanted.
You're in here for life now. You fucking
and from the first letters of our internet monikers, we have decided that FNK fuck.
You ruined it. You've already ruined it.
Fuck off.
FKN, the fucking cast, apparently. So
The fucking cast.
we're the fucking cast now, baby. We're no longer the Fresh Karlcast.
Yes.
I don't know. People still call us Fresh Karlcast with nostalgia. Is quote like the
I've only been in one fucking episode.
You're
the
new
Fresh
kid on the block
Karlcast
now.
with nostalgia. M is painted in, but yeah. So
No, what I said is for the intro we should just keep the same Looney Tunes style thing we got going on.
yeah, I said that as well. You
Yeah, but Nos head is just scotch taped there on the side.
Yeah, no. I fucking thought about that as well. And then Nostalgia said that you said that. So it's like, for fuck's sake, Fresh, you and I are too similar. We've been speaking too much. But yeah, so... coming again, a new episode here from fucking before, the long-ass hiatus. First of all, I want to bring up the state of Fresh Tales. All I will say is that I am working on it, albeit slowly, because here's the thing. About half a year ago, I moved away to a new town to start university. I'm going to film shit, basically studying film. Right now, I'm actually in the progress of working on a documentary.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah, it's pretty alright. However...
What's it about?
We're going to do a documentary. It's going to be a historical documentary about the fucking castle in the middle of this town, but it's not a very exciting topic now, is it? But yeah, as I was going to say, so basically, working on animations is a bit slow right now, but I'm trying to do my best. Fresh Tales is in the making, so you don't need to be alarmed, my fellow listeners.
You don't need to fucking knock on Karl's door wherever he lives in the mysterious land of the Jormviking. And fucking, you don't need to pillage him and rape him and destroy his ass.
What if I want that though?
I don't think he would decline, though.
Well, no one likes getting raped.
Yeah, because otherwise, well, I don't know. Well, how does rape work?
How does rape work? Quote by Karl Deranged, February 25th, 2017. Yeah, we're dating this fucking recording. Deal with it,
Thanks.
faggots.
But yeah, so we're sitting here with
the way
a
it works
big
is-
cup of coffee. Fresh is right next to me here. I can see his beautiful high definition face, his wrinkles. I can smell.
Hyper-realistic.
I can smell that
hyper-realistic
I
follicle.
can smell that his time is about to come because he's so old and decrepit. And Nostalgia is sitting next to him as well on his basically this is what it looks like. Nostalgia is sitting on a throne, and she's holding a leash that goes to this decrepit old man named Fresh, and I'm...
Why am I the submissive here?
And it's funny because I'm the oldest person here.
Because we all already established that Nostalgia has a hyena clit. Her clitoris.
Nobody's gonna remember that.
Not unless they go back and watch the episode.
What's
It's been like a year.
the weirdest porn you've guys seen?
I don't think that needs to be answered.
No, like, really, what's the weirdest fucking porn you've seen? Like...
The E.T. porno?
Oh god. I think the weirdest one I've seen is the Edward penis hands. And it's fucking weird. Like, I have this vivid memory of him just having big long dildo stuck on his hands, right? And he's trying to eat spaghetti and he's just smearing dicks over the spaghetti. And it's just, like, it's not erotic in any way. It's just such a fucking... weird, outlandish fucking scene. It's like, what is this? What am I watching? Like, I only have one question. Like, what do
You asked me what the weirdest porn I ever saw was, and then you don't let me answer the question before you segue into a new one. Okay, the weirdest porn I've ever seen is... One time I saw this fucking video where a girl is just wandering around this fucking green screen set with Jurassic Park music playing, and then all of a sudden 2 guys dressed in pterodactyl costumes pterodactyl heads on their fucking faces, like, come out and just start fucking her, and, like, while they're getting their dicks ridden and their cocks sucked, they just flap their arms around.
Yeah, I've seen I've seen that as well, I think.
I just remembered. SpongeBob SquareNuts.
That's not weird, that's hilarious.
But yeah,
that SpongeBob suit, though, was fucking horrifying.
Jesus Christ.
It was.
Nostalgia, can you fucking talk about a thing here? What was that fucking fan fiction you read with the coffee and Harry Potter?
Yes, okay, so I told Karl about this while you were gone. Because we got on the topic of coffee, and for whatever reason, Karl just said coffee enema.
Well, I was talking about how weird America is with their fucking cold coffee brewing and coffee enemas and shit.
So, I said, oh, that reminds me of a fanfic. And Karl's just like, what the fuck kind of stories are you reading? And I'm like, okay, so there's this Harry Potter fanfiction called Christmas Cuppa. And the important thing is, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
A fanfic of Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy.
Santa Claus bursts in and starts pounding fucking Hagrid or something.
How about you let me tell the fucking story?
Let us tell the story, ass.
And basically, Harry Potter bends Draco Malfoy over a table and says that his Christmas gift is a cup of cold coffee. And Draco's like, what's this fucking cold coffee shit? He bends him over. Harry takes a big old mouthful of the coffee and spits it straight up Draco's ass. And he's like, okay, hold that. So Draco's like, I'm just holding this coffee in my ass. And, you know, you get all the descriptions of his bladder being full and shit, but it kind of feels good.
Oh, so it goes into
and then
detail.
Harry
Oh, of course.
Shut the fuck up. Harry sucks the coffee out of Draco's asshole. with descriptions of the little bits of, you know, fecal matter in Harry's teeth.
Oh,
in his teeth.
That sounds like a troll fic, honestly.
So
Nope. It's a coffee enema porno.
So the shit literally sticks to his teeth.
Basically, yeah.
Good.
Oh, man, Harry, you're already British. You don't need to abuse your teeth like that.
As I get pictures of Dr. White with a mouthful of shit.
Hey, you know what? You say oh ho ho is so funny. Fucking Karl laughed, and that's all that matters to me.
Good. But yeah, so... I mean, what the fuck? What more do we have to speak of? This is going to be the shortest podcast ever.
I don't think it's gonna be the shortest podcast ever, because even when we say that, our podcasts last almost 3 hours.
They just fucking go on and on. It's just like a never-ending train wreck. Like, imagine a fucking mile-long train slowly driving off a cliff. Just one car at a time, slowly plummeting into the fucking abyss.
But hey, fucking... Hold on, I'll get the views from the latest podcast that we did, which was back last year, actually. Which is...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we haven't done one of these for a while.
We're always like, we're going to make a podcast, and then we don't.
And then we don't.
And we don't.
And I was the one that said, hey, why don't we just do one at the end of the month. Just pick a couple things to talk about and just fucking...
Here we go. Episode 5, the one where Nost joins us for the first time. It got 13,536 views.
And all the all the comments in it is just like, ooh, I want to see Nostalgia's bikini pics. I want to see how big the bulge is. But yeah, so... Fucking hell.
Really?
I was an extra in a Viking thing, actually. If anybody knows the band Amon Amarth, it's this death metal, fucking Viking metal music. And yeah, they started this store called Grimfrost, so I was an extra in that fucking commercial. Basically, I got to fight with Viking shield wall thing. And here's the thing though, because we're going to mute it afterward and like add our own sounds, it meant that we could say basically whatever we wanted because it didn't matter. So as we're fighting, everybody, because there's a lot of Warhammer fans in it, of course, like some of us are just screaming blood for the blood god and skulls for the skull front and shit, just bashing each other with shields. It's a beautiful sight. And it was so fun, because we're all, like all the extras who's there, we're part of this, Viking village. I talked about it before with the Viking ship, and me and Fresh's plans to steal it and like sail off to Spain or something. But yeah, we're all
just
like...
someplace far away from all the problems currently besetting Europe. We'll go to fucking... the Canary Islands. Nothing ever happens there.
Go to Cuba in a Viking ship. But yeah, so...
Fuck Cuba, man.
Sailing off to Cuba. But yeah, so... Where were I? Oh yeah, the people, like, all of us are just fucking retarded, right? And just have all these inside jokes that no one understands. And the fucking people with the cameras and... with the boom mic and everything, they are so concerned. They just look at us like, should we be here? Like, they look scared. As we're all just like, suddenly after we fight each other, suddenly we all just lay down in a, like, group, and like a fucking football pictures, and just start sleeping. It's joke sleeping, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And the fucking director, gray hair dude, he's just like, fuck's sake, come on, you don't have time to fuck around. And we're like, nah. Like, all of us is stupid, but yeah. So, holiday in Cambodia. So yeah, what's new with you guys? I mean, for fuck's sake, we haven't really spoken that much. Well, mostly I haven't spoken that much because I've been, busy.
Interesting thing happened when I went back through some of the Upper Hive comments. Because I do that occasionally for shits and giggles and just to see if, like, anybody's asked questions about things. I finally had somebody go, I want nostalgia porn.
Nostalgia porn.
I have made it.
Good.
It is official.
Why don't I get comments like that?
Dude, everybody wants you to fuck Fresh.
I don't get why people seem to think that I'm, like, submissive and, like, the one who gets penetrated. It's like...
Because everybody is submissive in the face of Karl.
I'm not.
So people have shipped me and Fresh together now. Alright, what I want you to do now, fellow listeners, I want you to write the fanfiction. I want to see these fucking fan fictions of how it turns out between me and Fresh. Do
You
it.
seem to think that I'm like this fucking girly, submissive person who's just gonna let Karl fuck me in the ass, and it's like, this is the opposite of what's going to happen. If it ever happened in real life.
He's just going to be
Well, I
Turkish
think it's
oil
because-
wrestling the book.
It's because of your perceived personality, because when a character is very forward and charismatic and outgoing and loud, people want to see them get taken down a peg. Usually
Well-
by pegging.
Well, fucking... That sounds like their problem, that they can't handle, like, someone who fucking knows how to speak properly and doesn't, like, drop spaghetti everywhere every time they try to speak to a girl. It's like fucking grow a pair of balls and get laid.
You should see the way I speak to girls.
I see how you speak to Nost every time, and it's like, huh, this is the same person who, while we were playing Crusader Kings 2, decided to go to a bar, like, all of a sudden and be like, I'm gonna go get a drink, and like, fucking 45 minutes later, he comes back and is like, okay, I'm back, I had sex in the bathroom stall with some woman. And I'm just like, how did you manage that? And Karl just says, like, So it's like, all of our fellow listeners who are disgusting and decrepit and don't know how to get laid, you know who you are. You know who you are, Alpha. If Karl can get laid, so can you.
Currently, I'm the one being... But yeah, whatever. So...
Hey, fellow listeners, you wanna know a fun fact? Chris Chan got laid.
Really?
I refuse to believe that.
How do you manage that?
Prostitute.
Oh.
That never confirmed.
How do you confirm it?
Oh! You mean that he bought a prostitute?
Yes, he bought a prostitute.
In my mind, I imagine him prostituting himself.
Oh no!
You know what? He has.
That's a real off.
Don't you remember that fucking video where he what was it called? But he was basically offering himself. It was like Jenny Cheeks or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Stephanie Cheeks.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh god.
Yeah, Chris Chan was trying to prostitute himself.
Sweet. Hey.
Fucking
To
like.
women.
Fucking like. Okay, Karl.
No, he's a Tom girl.
Okay, Karl, you're a bisexual lad. You like the vagina and the penis,
Okay.
even if you're currently taking a penis inside of your bum bum.
Actually, I don't even really fucking consider myself bisexual anymore. I just consider myself fucking gay.
Whatever works for you, I don't care. Okay, fucking like. Okay, let's present this hypothetical scenario, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that you're in a town in Sweden that you really like and you consider to be a good place.
Right.
There's a dirty bomb in it. Like a dirty nuclear bomb.
Yeah. Fucking
And
Anshan
the only way to defuse the bomb was that, let's say for some reason Chris Chan has the deactivation switch inside of his ass.
Is this the fucking Bane Batman shit that we did?
Yes, but with Chris Chan and you.
Where Batman has to fuck Bane's.
Yeah, where Batman has to fuck Bane in the ass to deactivate the nuke in Gotham City. Would you do that, but with Chris Chan, it's Bane, and you as Batman in that situation?
Fucking hell. I mean, God. I mean, fucking hell.
That shouldn't even be a question.
Hold on, he's thinking. This is provoking thought.
Alright, so if I don't, everybody dies, including me.
Yes. If
But
you
I'm-
don't, everyone dies, including you. But you also have to fuck Chris Chan inside of his incontinent ass.
Fucking hell. Oh, oof. I mean, I do it just to save everybody and not die. But I can't guarantee that I will fucking won't commit suicide afterwards. Like, that's not something you want to live with.
The greater good.
I should have fucking, like, stipulated, like, also there's recordings. Like, Chris Chan, this is Chris Chan's scheme to finally get laid if he didn't buy that prostitute. He wants recorded evidence of him getting fucked, even if it means that he has to get fucked in the ass to save a city in Sweden from a dirty bomb.
Can I wear a bag on my head when I do it?
And everyone would see it. It would be live streamed.
I'll just wear a fucking plastic bag over my head.
And you have to come inside.
Of course I do. Are condoms involved?
Because the force of your semen ejaculating from your penis will be the thing that hits the switch. It's just far enough that you can't bash it with your penis head.
Have you spent time, like, devising this scenario?
No, I came up with this.
What if I'm... Well, here's the problem with that. I will be over there, and he's just, you know, prostrating himself over the bed as the fucking floor cracks beneath him, and I'm like, oh, I'm not hard. You know?
That's why you have to think of something that arouses you. And this segues into the next question.
Oh, God.
What arouses people here the most?
We're really going to do this?
Yes.
What arouses people the most?
I control the flow.
I want to fucking... People don't need to know this.
Well, now they know that you would fuck Chris Chan in the ass to save a city. Okay, fuck that question then. New question. What arouses you the least? What disgusts you the most?
Vor. What the fuck is Vor?
I expected something more, honestly.
Well, it's there's obvious questions like people taking shits on each other, fucking people being devoured, decapitation, you know, shit like that. Shit that's you shouldn't be fucking turned on about. Doesn't people have... Are there like a group of people who are sexually attracted to the act of drowning?
Fuck that. There's people that are sexually attracted to, like, cannibalism.
There are people that are sexually attracted to disasters. As in, like...
What?
Like, no shit. They stage, like, car crashes and shit, and they get off to that.
I'm just imagining them just sitting and jerking off to a picture of a tornado. Oh man, look at that twister.
Yeah.
Look at that twister.
No, fuck that. They're sitting home jerking off to a picture of the cover of No Man's Sky.
Oh, but
fucking, you know that was fucking funny.
Such a fucking goddamn fresh.
It's been so long.
It's not been long.
Relevant anymore.
It's been a few months and it's still funny. Because that was a shit show.
Here's the thing, I don't know why people were so excited in the beginning of No Man's Sky, because I looked at it and I was like, it's going to flop. Like, this shit...
It's because there was so much hype around it and people bought into it. It was like, you know, they were buying into the whole, you know, quadrillions of planets that you can visit.
Yeah, no, but that was Spore.
And then it turned out that all of those articles were fucking fake.
That was like
they were based
fucking...
on bullshit.
That was like, Spore was like that. But they did it 2006 or something.
Okay, so there was so much hype behind No Man's Sky for a variety of reasons. One, they had good marketing. Like, they had okay marketing. Like, enough to get the hype generated. Secondly, there was a lot of hype because it was in development for, like, years.
Yeah, I mean...
And third, people are fucking stupid and they don't seem to have pattern recognition of, don't get hyped for this fucking video game. I mean, it's not going to live up to your expectations.
Here's the thing, like, I never buy a game immediately as it releases. The only time I did that was with Skyrim, but that was because I was excited because I like, you know, fucking Oblivion. But I never... buy games when they come out. I wait and wait for other people to fucking play them so I can see if they're good or bad. I mean, for fuck's sake, we're gonna fucking bring up Dark Souls 2.
Oh, that's low. We all fell for that and you know it.
Yeah, I know.
No, none of us were innocent. Oh.
You all also fell for Eternal Crusade.
Okay, fuck off.
I didn't buy Eternal Crusade.
I will say they did apparently come out with that update where they're like, "Oh yeah, we're actually balancing out the classes."
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
we're something with loadouts, and I don't fucking know. But...
Like, I don't like being a cynic. I don't like being like that guy who just hates everything. But it's like, at this point, with the video game industry, you kind of need to be, because video game developers are liars.
What's your favorite game? Like, my favorite game right now is probably, like, Binding of Isaac and GTA. And here's the thing, let's discuss the League of Great Evil.
We'll get to that, but to answer the question, fuck, that's not fair, because fucking, I've been playing video games since I was like a fucking toddler, with fucking like,
well,
just
like right now. You don't need to fucking...
Right now?
Yeah, like, just like, what games from this fucking, decade that you play the most right?
This decade. Fuck.
Today. Well, basically your favorite game that you usually play.
Okay, fucking... Favorite game that I usually play, the one that I typically have the most fun with? Despite my incredible love for Morrowind, I'd have to say I have the most fun with Oblivion.
Yeah.
Still.
Actually, Oblivion is a really good game. The problem is that for me, I played it so fucking much that I know everything that happens. So it's like, Morrowind for me, I got lost. I just got lost in the interface and I didn't know how to play it. And then I
hated Morrowind's combat.
I
hated it.
Okay, anyway, fucking Nuss, what's your favorite game that you play?
Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X.
Go.
Did you know I've never played any Final Fantasy game? Because
I'm not surprised by that, because, like, until recently, you just had a hatred for a lot of Japanese media.
Yeah, and then I met my boyfriend.
Yeah, and then you met your boyfriend, and he turned you to the weeb zone.
Well,
he put you in the JoJo hole.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I did the same thing to Fresh, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Me and Fresh is in the same chair here.
Like, he used to be fucking like, I don't watch anything unless it's Berserk. Or maybe JoJo. And then one day I was like, hey, you want to try a show that I like? And maybe stop shitting on the things that I like? And you're like, alright, whatever. And then I showed him Ouran High School Host Club.
Do you really
and
have
he
to go
loved
into
it.
specifics?
And then from there it was like, no, I think I showed you Osamatsu-san first. And you were like, this looks kind of stupid, but maybe I'll give it a shot. And you were like, holy fuck, this is great. Then we got to Ouran. And you were like, maybe the shit isn't as bad as I thought it was.
I know, I never really gotten into that, how do you say it, cutesy-wootsy stuff, really?
Well, it depends on the show, because
I mean,
there's plenty of series that are pretty vapid, just, cute just to be cute.
Yeah, I don't watch Moai Blah bullshit.
But then there's shows like, say, Sweetness and Lightning, where, yes, it's a very cute show, but it's also really heartwarming, and it's a relatively realistic story about a widower trying to trying to raise his daughter by himself, and also learn how to cook. Also, the food looks fucking fantastic.
Also, I don't want to say, listeners, if you want to do something funny, record yourself eating. It's nostalgia.
I will murder every one of you. Please, send me your home addresses. When you do so, I will promptly be out there to murder you and everyone you love.
Just sending them my letter filled with anthrax or something.
Oh, I will come there personally.
Fucking like...
With a very large knife.
Fucking like... I'll do it. Fucking I don't care. You're the one that has a job. You gotta, like, work most times. I'm the one that, like, keeps the house and shit while I look for a job, so fuck it, I'll go and murder them.
Fresh is
you
at
would
home.
just murder them for anything.
Right now I am imagining Fresh just basically laying down in one of those dog beds, and whenever Nostalgia comes home, he's like...
Jesus, I don't abuse him.
No, I mean, like, he's excited when you comes home, he's like, oh!
Well, if he's awake when I get home, he maybe is, unless he's, like, in the middle of a game.
Well, but yeah. So, GTA 5, did really stupid shit in it. Because here's the thing, we can't play games normally, we have to make up our own lore of the people we play as. So
No, I can play games normally. It's like you and Garrett, and it's like all the Swedes that have to be like, let's make our own lore because America's boring, I guess.
You all have this fucking fun without me, because I've got to go out and have a job.
hey man,
Like an adult.
hey
I
man,
get to stay home and have fun.
hey man, I got shit that I need to work on, fucking writing essays and shit.
Hey, I'm still looking for a fucking job.
I know, but still.
First, can you work as a naked car washer? I want to get a car, drive it in, and have you in a like banana hammock, just washing my car.
Wait, then I'm not naked.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be naked, just a banana hammock or something. How about one of those? Have you seen those weird thongs that is like goes around only one of your legs? It's really
I've
weird.
seen it, but I don't get the purpose.
I know, they don't look good. It just looks like your dick is in a pouch, you know?
Maybe it's like the male equivalent of those cutout sweaters or the Virgin Killer sweater that everybody like drools over for maybe a month.
Virgin
I've
Killer
looked up
sweater?
Virgin Killer
Doesn't have a fetish
sweaters.
for anymore?
I've looked up Virgin Killer sweaters. I never see a real like picture of it. It's all like this drawn bullshit, and it's like this looks really fucking stupid because it's just combining a sweater with a slinkini.
What the
It's
hell?
'cause that tends to be how it starts.
What the hell is a
It starts off
Virgin
as a
Killer
drawing.
sweater?
Okay, basically what it is.
It's a new fucking. It's basically a meme sweater where it's just like fucking. It's like you know what a kitchen apron looks like, right?
I looked it up and I just get a bunch of like weird porn
Pictures
Yeah,
of anime
that's
girls
exactly what
with
it
is.
side boob.
and
Yeah,
like
that's
and
the
like Sonic OCs and
Yes.
Zootopia
Yeah.
porn.
Because basically, for the last, like, year, maybe more, every so often there will be just this weird fetish clothing item that everybody and their grandmother draws some sort of, fetish drawing for. So, like, for example, I feel like it started with a show called Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Where everybody was drawing people with this, like, the main girl's little boob ribbon. Hi, Mara. How you doing? Good. But then, like, next it was a sweater with, like, a hole cut out in the cleavage. Then it was this underwear with a little cutout of a cat face over the cleavage.
Alright.
Then, I forget what came immediately after that, but now it's this Virgin Killer sweater thing where it's just a sweater that comes over like the front of the boobs and you're supposed to see it from the side and oh my god, underboob.
A Virgin Killer
Like
sweater.
fucking-
All I can
like
imagine
fucking-
is
I'm not
the Son of Sam sweater.
Like I'm not some fucking weirdo Puritan who's like, you can't do that stuff because it's wrong and it's explained. It's like, who gives a shit? Fucking people. If people want to look good, that's their business. It's not mine. I can appreciate it. But like the Virgin Killer sweater just looks fucking dumb. It's like, oh hey, I have a kitchen apron, but it's in sweater form.
Kitchen
And it's
apron.
like how much,
It's like,
how much of a sweater can you cut off before it stops being a sweater?
That's true.
We're just gonna have like it's gonna be like one of those string bikini things where it's just like a bikini that's just basically two straps that go over the pussy and the boobs,
Oh yeah, one of those weird things.
and it's just gonna be like wool.
I need to get one of those. Walk around.
Yeah,
You do that.
I'll fucking do it.
Walk
I don't
around
give a
and
fuck.
have like big galoshes, just Wellingtons.
Fucking-
Stomp it around.
Fucking, you know what? Fuck it, Karl. Fucking, if you ever come here, or if we ever go to Sweden, we're gonna fucking work out, and I'm gonna get like buff as shit, and I'm gonna wear one of those, and we're gonna go out in public in fucking string bikinis with our
Amazing.
bulges just jutting out.
Brilliant. Isn't that just a mankini at that point though?
Yeah, basically, Nos looks very concerned at this. By the way,
By the way, did we-
be like, why are you?
Did we ever talk
She's
about
just like-
the plans we had if you got to Sweden?
I think you have, yeah.
Have
I think
we?
we did in the last episode, actually.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I haven't watched this since I watched it,
I know.
so I can't remember.
Our plan with
I don't remember.
us dressing up as wizards with like black metal, corpse paint on, or planning on hopping on my tiny little moped, driving around and blaring black metal and shit. Just drive around slowly in town.
Fucking...
Have our capes and wizard hats fluttering about in the wind.
Fucking, it's gonna be great.
We need to get...
Yeah, no, I definitely remember now because I was talking about how you were gonna modify that for if Karl comes here and you were gonna go driving around, like, the golf course up the way.
Oh yeah, we were gonna steal a golf car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or you take the little paddle boats onto the pond.
Yeah, with our wizard hats and our wizard clothing and our corpse metal paint.
Yeah.
Driving to Valhalla, but yeah.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Coccus erectus. Oh. But yeah, so...
Caucus Acoculus.
We also had a plan of going to, if I ever visit them, we need to visit an IKEA, so I can only speak Swedish, and I will just say, like, random gibberish mixed with swear words, and then Fresh is going to be, like, my translator.
And I'll translate wrong on purpose.
Yeah. So
Meanwhile, I'll be somewhere else actually buying shit.
We'll go to the food court and get meatballs.
we need to buy a bunch of sofas. Just a fuck ton of sofas. So we can build a sofa castle.
Just couches everywhere.
I just want
Y'all
an
have
apartment
fun paying for
filled
that.
with couches. It's the latest fashion. I'm going to replace my floor with mattresses.
Just build a house made of sofas.
I want to replace my floor with water beds. Thanks. Everybody's just slipping.
Fuck.
That would be horrible.
Have you ever laid in a waterbed?
Yes.
It's weird. It's like a big fucking beanbag, basically. Hear it sloshing about. Here's the thing. How do you replace the water in that?
There's usually some sort of little valve. Like, I don't have a better word for it, but there's a valve where you, like, put a tube in and pump that full of water. I don't fucking know how that shit works.
Seems so ridiculous. I don't know.
Well, yeah, the waterbed was like one of those symbols of 70s excess.
Yeah, I want to get one of those, or like find someone who has and just pump it full with milk, and just see how well they sleep after a month. It's filled with like eggs and milk.
No, fuck, it'd be a cheese bed after like a month.
Oh, God, the smell.
You are too weak.
This is my waterbed. Oh fuck! What if you? I got the best idea. What if you have your waterbed?
No, you don't.
Right, and you start brewing beer in it.
Oh, that'd be awful. But also, let's do it.
It's like mead, just brewing mead in your.
Yeah. Fucking just pump it full of honey and let it ferment.
Hey man. God, Jesus, that would just gas a lot. You're just sleeping there with the noises of fucking farting.
The honey is making fart noises as it ferments, and then you drain it. It's like, well, here, the first step of mead.
Yeah, you just have a tap on your bed. He's going like, oh, want some mead now?
Tastes like body.
It won't taste like body because you're not lying in it. You're lying in a waterproof thing.
It's a waterbed. It's just a waterbed with holes in it. So you're just sleeping in a puddle of water.
Have you ever laid on a waterbed that didn't have like a sheet over it or anything?
No,
Get stuck to that shit.
However, what I have done is once after the Viking sailing, when I was sailing with the Viking ship, I got home and the house that I got was unfinished. The roof had holes in it and the floor was not there. So I slept in the corner of this cold ass fucking house and it was raining. So it's just dripping water everywhere, and I'm sleeping on this plank. However, I don't want to. I'm trying to. What I did right was I tried to not sleep on the floor, so I took one of the fucking planks and tried to sleep on that as a, I basically slept on a fucking seesaw, right? And the next day I wake up and I'm just cold, sleeping in a puddle of water. Like, my it was horrible.
Karl, what the fuck is your life?
It's more interesting than ours.
It's not hard to be more interesting than my life.
I think
that's not a very high marker. Let's be honest.
I also think it was that same night where I got really drunk on Eric the Raven's mead, and I got really sick as well. So I was sitting on the toilet, shitting and vomiting at the same time.
God damn.
It was horrible. Like, you fucking first you just have horrible diarrhea and vomit, only so you can go back in your leaking cabin to sleep on a pile of wood. It's like, what the fuck? Also, there's a machine that kicks you in the dick every 10 minutes in there.
What?
But yeah.
Just a machine built for the express purpose
if you
of
could,
kicking someone in the dick.
If you could invent a robot or something, what would its purpose be?
Oh, fuck. I'd invent a robot to impersonate me and go to work and bring back money. And
Good.
then, like...
So you just make a slave.
Yeah, basically. Because fucking the only way the robot apocalypse will happen is if we build robots to do that.
It reminds me of when I was talking to that clever bot, and that made me realize that if the robots ever uprise, I would be the fucking main cause of it, because I just abused that fucking thing.
Well, honestly, I think that if Cleverbot rises up, it's gonna specifically target all the people that have been trying to have sex with it. Because like 95% of the users are trying to get it to cyber with them.
Well, now I'm like tempted to go on a Cleverbot and do my thing of like, hey, I'm gonna erotic roleplay with this robot and see what happens.
And in the year 2020, the world ended when Cleverbot rose up and took over the nuclear power plants.
Cleverbot was tired of being cyber raped.
What if that?
Cyber
That'd be the.
I wouldn't cyber rape it. I would cyber seduce it.
That would be the shittest way the world could end. Destroyed by Cleverbot.
I think at this point the shittest way the world will end. We're like almost in an apocalypse scenario, like that's gonna be coming up probably within like the next 2 lifetimes. But it's not gonna be an interesting apocalypse. It's gonna be like a shit apocalypse. You know, the kind where like people just start blowing things up.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying like is not like the worst apocalypse. Like, oh my god, oh no, I mean like the stupidest. The stupidest way the world could end, like fucking someone left the fridge open and it was filled with fucking the Black Plague.
The fucking stupidest way that the world could probably end is if people made a bioweapon that was supposed to target, like, let's say aliens, but it somehow ended up targeting, like, fucking children, and all of the children died.
That reminds me of this fucking Swedish comic. Like, there's the Swedish comic, and there's this guy in it who is basically an asshole. However, he built a fridge so that he could cool his beer with it, and the world almost got destroyed because he left the fridge door open. Because, like, it froze everything.
It's like, hey, there's your quickest apocalypse scenario right there that isn't like nukes or some kind of like biological weapon happening. It's like every child in the world dies, and every child that's born dies, and in like 100 years max, bam, no more humans.
It's basically like what was it, Children of Men?
I was gonna say it's like fucking Half-Life 2 in that. Then again, there's like a lot of fucking apocalypse scenarios where it's like fucking the children died and like this is the last generation of humanity.
In a world where everybody is a serial killer.
was like fucking the children mysteriously died, and a lot of women went sterile. So most of the movie is this dude's trying to protect this woman who managed to get pregnant and have a child.
Isn't that also like a shit movie?
It's apparently really good.
It's alright, I've seen it, but it was a long time ago. I saw it when it came out. And spoiler, it ends with, also the woman is special because she can actually get pregnant.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's...
But that just feels like, won't she just become the fucking cum bag of the world?
Here's my thing, it's like, I saw like the ending scene where it's like, oh, there's this big war happening, but then everyone sees like the woman and the baby and they stop fighting, and it's like, you know that wouldn't happen. You know that some motherfucker would be like, that's not my baby, why didn't I do it? And then they like shoot her and the baby. Because people are stupid and petty like that.
They're like, that's not my baby. He shoots it. Fucking hell. That'd be so
like,
good.
Well, I mean, the whole point of the movie was like, if I remember correctly, it's like most everybody was trying to get her and the kid for their own, purposes and stuff.
And it's like it's like it didn't go into detail of like what this meant for the woman. It's like Karl said, it's like, won't she just be forcibly inseminated by a bunch of different men from now on? Because it's like she's the only woman that can give birth. And also like that's really not viable for humanity because like, great, one woman can get pregnant. Every 9 months a baby comes out.
Yeah. And then the world was born again through the amazing process of incest. A new race of...
Gotta do what you gotta do.
A new race of 5 feet and human beings. Everybody has 5 feet, but only 2 legs.
God, fucking... that. Okay, so that reminds me of Crusader Kings 2.
Good lord. Speaking of incest...
Yeah, okay, so... I was playing as Ireland, as I am wont to do. Yeah. And fucking I was like, I'm noticing something. I can marry cousins to each other. But I can also marry my, like, half-children to each other because they're technically not brother and sister. So I'm like, I'm going to marry my, like, cousins to each other. Like, my brother's son will marry my daughter. And, shit like that. And it's like, yes, I'm going to do this for as many generations as I can until something terrible happens.
Did something terrible happen?
Okay, so... for, like, the first generation, it appeared that genetics were stable. In fact, one of the children was even a genius. Despite being, like, born to, like, not distantly related cousins, like first cousins. So, like, they're genetically very similar, but yet they gave birth to a genius. And I was like, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna betroth that genius baby to another one of my relatives.
Beautiful.
And then and then their child ended up with, like, a clubfoot and was hunchbacked.
Clubfoot and hunchback. Fucking hell.
And then
lock it in the closet.
And then their second child has a lisp and was inbred.
Of course.
Now, the inbred trait, in case you don't know, is, like, one of the worst possible traits you can possibly have for a character. Because it fucks you. It's like, -7 martial. It's -7 to everything. And you have, like, -200% fertility and -10 health. It's like, when you're born inbred, you're basically, like, doomed to failure.
Beautiful.
And you might ask, Fresh, why did you do this? And I said to Nas specifically was disgusted by the fact that I basically made a eugenics experiment around inbreeding, trying to make the perfect inbred baby.
It's because, up until that point, he was being
perfect. Wait. The perfect inbred baby.
You okay there?
It's not a sentence. It just dawned on me.
His goal was to be the ultimate family man. And he was doing good. He was being good to his kids, and he was being good to his people. And then, out of nowhere, he just decides, I'm gonna do an experiment. And so he's like, I'm gonna really become the ultimate family man. I have my family fucked.
And then suddenly the southern accent just emerged. But yeah.
But yes, I wanted to do a eugenics experiment to see how many generations this inbred family could last before people got sick of their shit.
It reminds me of when we were playing, and I didn't really know how to become the king. So, like...
You still don't know how to play Crusader Kings 2.
No, I don't. So I was, Sweden, and my dude was like, oh, my life goal is to become the king. And so I had conquered all of Sweden, right? So, like, shit, alright, how do I become the king? I have a prince. Kill the prince! and then everything fell apart, and I just started murdering all my vassals and locking them in the dungeons. And everybody hated me because I just tortured my children.
Like, I don't even play Crusader Kings 2, but how does that sound like the right course of action?
Before that, everybody loved him. I had like 100 plus and everything, and then it's like, I'm gonna kill my child.
Now, basically, Crusader Kings 2 is a politics simulator, which means that, like, it has a surprisingly, like, detailed and realistic thing about, like, people. It's like, if you take over a place, but their culture is not your culture, you're gonna have a bunch of pissed off, like, Norwegians being like, get the fuck out of Norway, Sweden! Get out of here, Svenska!
Svenska. Get out of here, Swedish.
It's just, basically, like, if you don't integrate people, they're gonna rise up and they're gonna hate you. And also, like, if you don't, like, convert people to your religion, you're gonna have, like, a bunch of fucking Catholics being like, get out of here, Odin!
It's a beautiful thing.
And also, you have to kill a lot of people to maintain your hold on the country, because a lot of people also want to kill you, including your relatives. Especially your relatives, especially if they're a pretender to your title.
My favorite part of that game is when the spy master finds out that he was going to kill you, and tells you that he wants to have himself executed. It's like...
But no, fucking, like... It's also like, okay, within 2 generations, which is an exceedingly short period of time in the medieval era, I had become King of Ireland, and I was becoming the ultimate family man. My family loved me, my wife loved me, my children loved me, just everybody thought that I was the coolest king ever. And then I was like, I'm bored. Because now I have to get Casus Belli to take over Scotland and England to make the Empire of Alba.
Bored kings
like,
is never a good thing.
Yeah, this is also a thing. It's like, if your king or if your ruler is bored and they have ambitions, but they can't maintain they can't, like, obtain those ambitions immediately, that's never a good recipe for anything. And in my case, my boredom led to a eugenics experiment to get the perfect inbred baby.
Go inbred baby.
The perfect inbred. What qualifies as a perfect inbred baby?
A baby that has the inbred trait, but eventually gets enough good traits that it, like, has skills.
That's
Alright.
assuming that it survives long enough.
Because in my mind, I thought when you said perfect inbred baby, I thought you just meant the, like, most horrible abomination possible.
Perfect inbred baby.
Like the satanic hunched back albino.
Well, I mean, you could probably make it a Cthulhu monster.
Okay, also, it was also at this time that I was like, okay, so, Ireland is, like, 5 generations into my inbreeding experiment. Everyone rose up against me in rebellion because one time my inbred king also got the possessed and cruel trait.
I am working on this project, you see. I want to see what happens if my wife fucks a fish.
that fucking they were an insane, inbred, possessed by Jesus person, and everybody hated them.
Possessed by Jesus.
Yeah, because fucking possession doesn't mean you're just possessed by the devil. You can also be like, Jesus is talking to me. Look up people saying that, like, Jesus told them to do this. You would be surprised.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
that
that
usually
is true.
tends to end a lot more poorly than the devil made me.
I wouldn't say that. The devil can compel you to do some fucked up bullshit. Like, we always go like, oh, the devil's a cool guy. The devil's, like, just misunderstood. And it's like, no, the devil's the prince of darkness.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, like, a lot of really, really, really super awful shit, you usually get the person behind it saying, I heard a message from God.
But yeah, fucking, then I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'll try to be the king of Sweden. I'll be Hrol the Ring.
Alright.
And, taking over Sweden as him is really easy. Because his religion is just like, hey, you can basically take over anyone that you want as long as they're by a coast. And guess what Scandinavia's surrounded by?
A coast.
Mountains.
And so, like, within 2 years, I had become the king of Sweden. Because I conquered Sweden.
How could you?
And then...
Now I must speak Irish.
And then, fucking, And then a few things can happen if you decide to take the scholarship focus. One of them is you build a cool observatory. Well, actually, you have to do that. And there are two options. One is you discover that the Earth revolves around the sun, and, like, the distance between stars and things, and you're basically, like, the person that discovers, like, how planetary rotation works.
So you become fucking Galileo.
Yes, basically. You become Galileo before it's Galileo, and your religious people hate you. Because you're a heretic, because you're saying things that go against the mold. The other path is you discover the Necronomicon.
Isn't flat? Oh, you can just... Oh, yeah.
The other thing is you can discover the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean that as in hyperbole. I mean, like, you start going insane and, like, seeing Cthulhu monsters, and you eventually go to the Middle East to get a copy of the Necronomicon from Abdul the Mad Arab.
Beautiful.
You see the things beyond the stars.
And then when that character dies, your heir gets a message going like, your parents' library was recently broken into, and the guards were discovered in a state that's best left not to describe after you saw things that don't look human and scuttle about in the shadows on multiple limbs, stealing away the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
So, hey, Crusader Kings 2 exists in the Cthulhu mythos.
So that means that in H.P. Lovecraft's stories, somewhere there's a possessed genius fucking midget albino king.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah, also, in that same, like, Vikings, like, Cthulhu mythos thing, like, I decided to get the DLC where it's like, oh, you can have, like, epidemics happen with, like, sickness, and, like, by the way, syphilis wiped out half of Europe.
Syphilis? What's syphilis?
Syphilis.
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 Syphilades.
Yeah, there was a syphilis pandemic that, like, consumed half, like, England, and then, like, a fucking... measles. A measles epidemic that consumed all of Europe.
Hey, measles will fuck you up.
Yeah, they will. But, like, I locked my king up, and he had also discovered the Necronomicon, and, fucking... Because you can, like, close your gates to people to, like, prevent the sickness from getting inside of your city, but you slowly starve as your food stores run out and shit. And, one time he discovered that his wife was in the larder, like, eating food. And so one of the there are three options. One is you're disappointed in her. The second is you throw her in the dungeon. The third is you kill her and eat her. I picked the kill her and eat her option, and that gained him the cannibal trait.
The best family man.
No, this wasn't Family Man. This was discover as much Cthulhu shit as you can for how many generations.
Alright.
So he was a guy who knew about the Cthulhu mythos, knew about the Elder Gods, knew about Azathoth, the idiot chaos in the center of everything, and also a cannibal.
Also, by the way, the reason...
Let's change the subject. I think we've gone on about Crusader Kings 2. Basically, Too Long Didn't Read, I like to do stupid shit.
But yeah,
It really does.
the reason why I am, like, a bit quiet right now, which is, very weird coming from me, is because I am a bit hungover. Because yesterday I was at this party dressed up as a 50s greaser.
Tell us how that went.
Alright, so I get home from fucking class. I've been sitting down just editing in Final Cut for the entire day. So I go home, right? And first thing, jerk off and take a shit. Then...
Good.
Yeah, and then I make food and I clean up a bit and fucking take out the trash and such. And after that, I immediately go into the fucking shower room, the bathroom, shower room, fuck me. I go into the bathroom and I had bought this fucking hair wax grease shit. Like this, it looks like a fucking giant tin cup filled with just gook. Is goo. But yeah, so I take that and I just start styling my hair. So I get a pompadour, which really didn't fit me because my forehead is so fucking large. My forehead is so big. And with the pompadour, it looks like my head was bigger. So it really looks like my face is just drooping down. It's like slowly melting off.
When you showed me the picture.
Oh no, I said it, and fucking Karl was like, I know, right?
I felt bad because I was looking at it and I was like, your head looks really long.
I know, it was amazing.
Yeah, again, it looks photoshopped.
It was amazing. But yeah, so...
It's fucking awesome.
So I take the bike to the fucking... the train? No, fuck, the bus. I get on the fucking bus, just go there. And when I'm there, I'm just drinking as fast as possible. I stay there for like 2 hours and then I just leave because I just couldn't be. I was just bored. I couldn't be bothered. So I'm just stumbling on my way home, and on my way I see the bus driving in. So I'm like, oh shit! I run towards it too fast. I fall on my fucking face in the asphalt. I just pick myself up, go into the bus, and when I get home, I jump on my bicycle and I fall. Slip on the fucking ice and just fall again. So I'm just falling and slipping, dressed as a 50s greaser in the middle of the night. And so I get home and I'm just like, what do I do now? And so I started just jumping onto different Discord servers, just browsing as I just take a shot for each server I go into, right? And I can't remember, but I got into some weird Discord servers. I think I got into a furry one, a pony one, a what the fuck? There was like a bunch of different weird servers that I just got into, and I just bugged everybody drunk. Suddenly this random Swedish person dressed as a 50s greaser comes in and just starts shouting at people.
Should have just like called up Heen, started harassing him.
What?
Oh,
I keep like every so often I'll go to like the SAS Patrol streams and I'll threaten to like sick you on Heen if he starts doing something.
Sick me on Heen. Yeah, let me just buy a train ticket.
Yeah, I'll just be he'll what was he doing all the time? I don't fucking remember. I was just like, Heen, I'm going to call Karl. I'm going to have him get on a train. He knows where you live.
I mean, I've been there once.
He'll find you.
And all I did when I was there, it was like, because in Sweden, in order to buy liquor, you have to go to a very specific store called Systembolaget, which means just like the system store. It's weird. It's owned by the government, so it's government booze. So
government booze.
It's government booze, yeah. And it's open on very like weird hours, and it's closed on Sundays, and everything is pretty expensive because it's Sweden. So I go to Denmark, and I realize, holy shit, they sell liquor in their general stores, just normal stores. And that was the mixture of failure for me, Because I was just drunk on the couch in my underwear. All the time.
Just no shame.
Man, fucking Karl lives a life that, like, I don't think that I could get away with.
I don't understand. This is a man who can manage to get distracted enough that he nearly burns his own house down boiling eggs. Yeah, true story. He was drunk one morning in a Discord call with a bunch of us, and the next thing we know, he's like, "Oh shit, my stove's on fire," and we're like, "What the fuck? You were just boiling eggs." He's like, "Yeah, I know. I left it there long enough that the water evaporated and the eggs caught on fire."
I just forgot about it. I was like, how the fuck do I manage this?
Because you'd been drinking since you got up that morning.
And, like, fucking you might be happy about this. Like, I've told Karl to slow his roll on drinking. I know in the comments, like, oh, don't be a pussy. If Karl wants to drink, he can drink how he wants. It's like, fucking Karl drinks a lot, okay? And it's enough that I'm concerned for his well-being because I care about him.
Yeah,
He's the man who's swallowed kerosene before doing...
I haven't swallowed it. Jesus. I just had it in my
You said
mouth.
you swallowed some.
That was a
No.
video!
No, you don't want to swallow it. That's the thing. You just put it in your
No,
mouth.
I know. But you made the video where you were like, you accidentally swallowed some of the kerosene.
Did
We
I?
were doing fire spinning tricks at a party.
You said that you swallowed some on accident.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
'Cause I never-
Well, you said it!
If I said
Video of it.
if I said it, I was lying because I've never had.
Why would you lie to us?
Wow. Well, I mean, there's still enough stories of your life to make up for the lack of accidentally swallowing kerosene.
It's enough that it's like it's probable you accidentally swallowed kerosene.
That's like the tamest thing you've done.
I mean,
Fucking...
I don't think I've ever swallowed it because I've tried not to.
Well, yeah, I'd hope. But yeah, I told Karl to stop drinking so much, and it's just like, he said, okay, I'll try it for you, and it's like, don't do it for me. It's like, no, I have to do it for someone else, or else I won't care.
Wow.
Well, for fuck's sake, man. That's how I work. It's like, if it makes you happy, then I will. Otherwise,
But
I mean,
yes,
what do I do
we care
otherwise?
about you.
Just sit, thanks.
It's like, hey, we fucking both care about you, but like, fuck it, man, we've been working together for years.
Welcome to the Feels Cast.
I thought you hated me for like the first 3 years.
You think a
I
lot of
knew
people
you.
hate you?
I
Yeah, I
thought
know.
Karl especially hated me because, I like anime. I am the polar opposite.
Did you think I hated you because I spoke to you like I speak to everybody else? Basically,
Yeah,
like an asshole.
she thought that like you fucking like called her a bitch and a cunt all the time. So yeah, she thought that you didn't like her.
I was like, does he just not drop character ever?
And it's like,
Is that just what he does?
and I explained like that's not character. That's just how Karl is.
And then I was like, wow, I don't think I ever want to talk to him.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I was used to, where the circles that I hung out in, I was used to, being called a bitch and a cunt not being a good thing.
Well, hey,
So, I'm not used to somebody calling me a cunt in a friendly manner.
Well, hey, I mean, fucking like, we haven't. Okay, so my family life, let's explain a little thing. I am used to being yelled at and screamed at and called, like, worthless, and also that I should have been aborted, and also fucking told, like, oh, I'm just gonna get you fast food because you're not worth cooking for because you're a waste.
He's not lying.
Like, I'm not lying. This isn't exaggeration. This happened. So I'm, like, used to, like, being confrontational and angry and insulting people a lot and getting into arguments and thinking, like, oh, that's just how people are. And then I met Nost, and, like, apparently I traumatized her with how often I would get into arguments with her.
Yeah?
And
Like, do you want to admit this
Traumatized.
in front of everybody?
not, like, Well, I mean, she was very shocked and very distressed, and it's like, oh, so people don't do this all of the time. I thought that's just kind of a thing, and that people who didn't, like, admit that were just lying to themselves.
It's like, no, that's not normal, and it's not healthy.
So yeah, that's my fucking life. So, fucking thank you, Nos, for, helping to make me a not shitty person. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Oh, play.
And then everybody on stream goes, "Wow, what a bunch of fags."
Yeah, well, you know what? At least I get my dick sucked. So fuck you.
That reminds me, I was actually thinking that like at least one person in the comments is gonna be like, "That fucking bitch shouldn't be on the show anymore. Somebody put a cock in her mouth to shut her up."
That or someone's gonna call me a cuck.
Oh, somebody's gonna.
And it's like, well, fucking, I get laid. So.
Hey man.
So yeah, I fucking win.
Can I be the fucking the punch bag?
I don't want to make you the punch bag. I care about you as a person.
No, I want to be the fucking. I don't know where am I going with this.
I would
but yeah, so
allow
fucking.
you to take his dick.
What?
I think Nas said that you want to fuck me.
Are you prostituting fresh to me?
No, I'm saying that if you two ever decided you really wanted to, I may not disagree. You are that close.
Jesus.
And I feel like you should have at least one.
Jesus.
That's.
I can't believe that my girlfriend has just given me permission to fuck Karl in the ass.
I mean, if you two decide you want to, and you've known each other a lot longer than you've known me, who am I to say no?
I'm sorry, but
this
I have a boyfriend.
Podcast.
I can't get in the way of true love like that.
This
True
podcast
love.
has gone in a weird direction.
This is prostitution.
No threesomes though. I don't get down like that.
Fucking, if there was a threesome, I'd fucking make Karl sit in the corner as I fuck him in the mouth.
Fucking hell, this is going into the deep. What happened? What happened to this podcast?
We're into the circle jerk section.
How did we get here? We started out talking about Crusader Kings. But yeah.
I've kept like an internal like timestamp in my head. Like, this has gone on for 21 minutes. This is where the conversation has shifted from fucking like everything that began 21 minutes ago, and now we're here.
Yeah.
This is the final countdown.
I love this podcast. It's just full of stupid shit.
It has no
If this is what
meaning.
people
It's
want.
just bullshit. But
It's like you could watch Critical's official podcast to like watch a bunch of man friends talk about things and discuss things. You could watch the Team 4-Star cast if you want to hear them talk about their hilariously successful abridged series and their lives in video games and anime. You could watch the Yogs cast if you're an inbred.
Hey man, I used to listen to them.
Yeah, used to being the important word here.
They were
But
pretty
hey,
good back
instead,
in the day.
you came here instead to watch the fucking cast. That's why the name is fucking cast, because we just spent 21 minutes talking about fucking.
You came to hear about a Michigander be basically sold out by his West Virginian girlfriend to go fuck a Swedish boy.
Boy.
You are a boy compared to us. We are like, I am 6 years older than you.
I thought you were about to say I'm 60 years old.
I am a grandmother.
Fucking nostalgia sitting there gray haired. Like, God, you gotta suck his dick. Do it for Germany.
The old puss won't do it for you anymore. You gotta take a dick.
Your puss is fine, even if it doesn't fit that well.
But yeah, fucking, what I'm going to say is, I have a boyfriend, so...
You already already admitted that.
You've admitted that a lot. You've just said on stream, "Hey, I get fucked in the ass real hard, please."
He said it on the at the beginning of the last episode too.
Yeah, no, that's when I got him. Holy shit, we've been together
Also,
for like a year now.
Nos, are you trying to push me into a gay relationship with Karl? Is this
No, I am saying.
This is the shipping.
Again, you two have.
This is the shipping part here.
You have been friends and partners longer than you've known me.
Okay,
so if
but
you decide, if he comes to visit and you two get drunk and you start going, you know what? I kind of want to see how this goes.
Okay.
I might give you one.
I
might give you one.
Let's just
I don't want this to happen.
Karl doesn't want to fuck me. He loves me in a way that, a sibling loves a sibling. And I know we just got done talking about incest.
You don't want to attempt that eugenics experiment?
Well, there would be no point. There's no baby to see if it becomes the perfect baby.
Not with that attitude, there isn't.
Yeah, that's why
you have to do the ultimate JoJo's reference.
At best,
you have to make a Joda.
That's why you call it. That's why you call it the boy pussy.
But yeah,
yes.
At
Karl
best,
and his boy pussy.
At best, the baby we would make would only be spiritually inbred.
No, but if you do this, you just might make Go Vampire Baby.
Holy
but
shit.
I'm not a vampire.
Come on, Fresh, let's create a Nosferatu.
Go Vampire Baby.
Were we gonna talk about the League of Evil and then, we got off on this fucking tangent?
Yes, actually. We got on, an hour-long tangent.
It's not an hour, it's, been half an hour.
Yeah, better, but yeah, fucking hell. League of Evil!
Okay,
so back to where we started.
League of Evil. Okay, Karl, explain the basis.
Alright, so...
We're finally looping back around.
Time for me to shut up for the next, half an hour because I have nothing to do with any of this.
We'll shoehorn you in somewhere, but yeah, so... we're playing GTA 5, and I got a new computer, right, so I can finally fucking play GTA 5 without, having 5 frames per second. So...
Computer catching on fire.
Yeah, like the eggs. But yeah, so fucking... I was, basically, my fucking character started out as a Mad Max warboy, has now become the evil fiend Dr. Morfiend, who's a, fuck's sake, it's a fucking joke, inside joke between me and Garrett, and what it is, right, is this super scientist who turned evil, and he has an army of Nosferatu slaves. And so I started this Rockstar group called the League of Great Evil, and we all became supervillains in GTA 5, but shit supervillains. Our superpower is gun. And Fresh, he was the Mega Mime.
No, it's not Mega Mime, it's the Master Mime.
Master Mime, that's it.
God.
Yeah,
explain the Master Mime.
Okay, so first of all, let's go through the members. Our leader is Dr. Morfiend, a man who injects Nosferatu serum into people because he's an asshole. The Neon Nightmare, a man who's time displaced from the 90s whose skull is bursting out of his mouth as an allergic reaction to the Nosferatu serum. Master Mime, who is a 2,500-year-old Chinese sorcerer whose name has been lost to the ages, who was exiled by the Emperor for being really, really gay, and sent into exile, where he landed in California, where he went on a trek into the Rocky Mountains and discovered his power of cannibalism because he ate his retinue, and Native American spirits cursed him to become a Wendigo. And then he migrated south, and he found the Aztecs, and he worked as a personal retainer for Montezuma, where he sacrificed many people to Quetzalcoatl, the sun god. But then Montezuma said that he was also really, really gay, and that is where fucking the Master Mime first found, Cortez, and led him to, destroying the Aztec Empire with smallpox.
But at what point does he become a mime?
Well, one time he went to France in the 1940s, and he found out that mimes are really good against Nazis in, like, type effectiveness. It's like a Pokemon game. Because Nazis never expect a mime to have ancient Chinese magic scrolls, like Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures, by the way, where the scroll where he slaps on you turns you into food, and the scroll is called the Scroll of Instant Food.
By the way, when he means that the scroll turns you into food, he doesn't mean like, oh, you become a fucking corn on a cob. No, you just cook from the inside food.
Yeah, he cooks you, and you're like, your organs and your meat and your muscle and your fat are just like, your body basically turns into a living oven. And then you die because you're cooked.
I just fucking enjoy cooking those, boiling, pressure cooking that vomit.
This is just what you guys get up to when I'm at work.
And what the
and
fuck?
then there are the other characters. Kickwood Snake.
Kickwood Snake is more of a anti-hero, because sometimes he helps the League of Great Evil, but only if it helps him. And oftentimes, though, he comes riding on his motorbike. Also, Kickwood Snake. He rides a really fast motorcycle, and he's wearing nothing but, like, leopard pants.
He has two bikes. One of them is called Sweet Baby Tooth, and the other one is Bad Luck Karma Child.
And what he does right is, you can sometimes hear the honking of his horn in the distance, and then suddenly, like a heat-seeking missile, he turns up and kicks you. That's all he does. He kicks you until you die.
And then there is Duke Count Blood Baron, who is an ancient Latverian Nosferatu, taken from his dirt hotel where he lives for the past 500 years, and he is the public face of the corporation League of Evil, which is our subtle, not so subtle front for business ventures. Whenever we aren't also a motorcycle gang.
Oh yeah, the Great Evil Company.
Yeah, the Great Evil Company. Great Evil Incorporated. We also have subsidiaries of Great Evil Limited Liability Corporation and Great Evil Corp.
He also moonlights as a biker gang in the and the biker gang is called Bikey Gang.
Yeah, the Bikey Gang.
And everybody rides around on clown cars with like ice cream colors.
The clown horn is all of our horns.
Yeah, and our special. All right, so what I mean with the clown car is it's.
I almost forgot.
Basically,
Master Mime is also a cowboy.
Oh yeah, he is. But yeah, so the clown car, it's the Mitsubishi whatever. What's it called? Hot Rod.
I don't fucking
Basically,
know.
it's an ATV that looks like a tiny car. And it has, the fucking engine sticking out, so it looks like one of those fucking Mad Max car in fucking... It looks like a Mad Max car, but the size of a fucking go-kart. And our special move, because, right, there's so much space between the wheels, that if you have two of them, the wheels will lock in place. So our special move is we all ride on the motorway and lock in place and just hit a fucking car and we all fall off and die. That's our special move. It's Transformers.
We also have the Morphine Mobile.
Oh yeah, the Morphine Mobile.
Morphine Mobile, rather.
It's a 1920s car.
It's like a car from the 1920s, and fucking, like, you can fit 4 people in it, but then 2 of them will also hang on the side.
And this is black and white and has the symbol. No, wait, I mean it's black and red.
It's black and red.
And the honk noise is Toccata and Fugui, so
And fucking...
And it also has red neon lights, because it's evil.
There's also, let's see who else. Oh yeah, there's also the Red Scare, who who I decide the backstory of because I'm the most creative individual in a 5-mile radius that is also, like, not a sane person. Fucking the Red Scare is a genetic experiment where Joseph Stalin, a Kurdish woman, and Osama bin Laden had sex with the same woman to make the ultimate communist terrorist baby. And he was given growth hormones as a baby to make him with the size and musculature of an Olympic athlete at the age of 2. However, his brain is still that of a child. Which means that he is easily manipulated by Dr. Morphine and has an undying loyalty for Dr. Morphine. Oh yeah, we've also discovered that Dr. Morphine is like some shitty time travel device where he picks us up and like... He's basically like reverse Aku in that he comes from the future and sends us... He like drags us back from the past to serve him.
I'm like shit Aku. This time machine it's a vending machine, right? So you put in a fucking nickel in there, and then he takes you, and then you just choose where you want to go, like a fucking soda.
Now, for the realists in our audience who might go, that has nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto, you're stupid. Remember, they could also just be crackheads.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the most likely story. They were all at a party that went horribly wrong, and this is what they ended up with: fucking melted faces.
Like, my guy didn't look that... Like, I made my guy specifically to be as hideous as possible, and I think I succeeded in that, because whenever someone sees my character's face, they're just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I remember when Karl first saw it, and Karl was like, you look like a fucking burn victim. With, like, skin grafts and shit, and it's like, yep, and now I am a man with skin grafts who looks like he has skin grafts in mime paint, a white cowboy hat, and a stereotypical Chinese outfit.
And then you spent $500,000 buying clothes.
Yeah, because fashion, Grand Theft fashion, baby.
$500,000, you can buy a fucking skyscraper with that.
I could have bought an apartment with the amount of money I spent on clothes, but fuck you, I really need outfit variety.
Then again, I spent $700,000 buying a car when I didn't even have a house.
Really good investment. Well, hey, it was a really good investment.
It really was. It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful.
It's a beautiful.
But yeah, so
oh yeah, there's also another member of the League of Great Evil, Bane poster.
Oh yeah, Bane poster. It's just a Bane poster.
He cosplays as Bane. We thought he was a world-class hacker, but he uses his hacking abilities to fucking, like, deface government websites with, like, pictures of Bane.
I'm just opening up Gmail.
Yes. What? Now it's the question and answer segment.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, what was the password?
Good job. I think we should do this for every fucking one, just so, you know, if we eventually run out of shit to say about our extreme sexual attraction to one another, we can take questions.
I'm extremely sexually attracted to you.
That's gay.
Oh no.
How absolutely
Fuck.
disgusting.
I can't get in. I forgot the password.
Well, change the password.
Shit.
Well, in order to change the password, usually you need the old one.
Alright, you people
cases.
speak.
Fucking...
Okay.
I could tell this one story, though it's, nah, because that would be breaking the NDA. Never mind.
Alright, yeah. That you don't want that out on, like, the internet.
It's like...
No,
I know. I'm just saying, it's like, technically... I don't think they'd find me, so long as I don't mention names.
Yeah, well, it's
they want me to
fairly safe and sorry.
Yeah. Fuck, what else can we talk about?
Well...
Asking for my fucking phone number now.
I could say that story time is going.
Yeah, Storytime's going. I've seen her work on it. I've seen her work on other videos too. So if you enjoy Storytime, prepare for that.
Please go watch Storytime. I'd appreciate it.
By the way, how's it going with your weird redneck neighbors?
Well,
They're gone.
surprisingly, like, the upstairs people haven't been loud at all, actually. I haven't heard them for, like, a while.
I have.
Oh.
I hear them every fucking time I wake up.
Oh.
I hear them dropping shit constantly. I hear that little shithead kid screaming every time I wake up. Thankfully, the asshole up there hasn't played his guitar in, like, a month and a half. Because the thing about our upstairs neighbors is, one, they have at least one child. Possibly two, I don't know.
They have two. I've heard a boy and a girl.
I only ever hear one, but I've seen both. But anyway, and I guess the dude is some sort of aspiring musician or something.
He's shit.
Well, yeah, because he plays, like, acoustic folksy shit. He knows, like, 3 chords. And every day for, like, 2, maybe 3 months, I would wake up. Because I have to get up at, like, 3 in the afternoon to go to work. And I would wake up, and every day at the exact same time, he would be playing the exact same fucking song. And it was shit, and his singing is shit, and I fucking want to throw him off his upstairs balcony.
The people downstairs have been quiet. I haven't heard them at all. They might be gone.
I really do think I think that our landlord might have, after the last time, finally been like, you know what? No more of this shit. No more of you doing sketchy bullshit in the alleys. No more of you starting fucking fights in front of my building.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you're gone. Because our landlord...
Yeah, I'm just
good guy.
fucking around here.
But, he is definitely dedicated to making our neighborhood nicer. Like, not in the sense of trying to gentrify it and run people out, but more like, you know, if you're gonna cause shit, you're not gonna be welcome here.
Alright, here we go. I got the...
You got it?
Holy
Good.
fuck, we have quite a lot of questions here.
Oh my god, people actually sent them in? What the shit?
Yeah.
Well...
This is a message from 32160... What the fuck? We got... Oh no, that's his new password. I was like, we got a message today.
You almost gave it our password.
Good.
But yeah, let's see here. RJ Anderson. No subject. From Zaxom. How did you two become part of the Alpha Legion, and what do you think was the best thing you did with the Alpha Legion?
Ooh. Okay. So you want to answer? You want to like give your story first because you do things longer.
I can.
You've done.
All right. So the way I joined the Alpha Legion was just fucking. I saw Alpha Abusers videos. I thought they were funny. Decided to make my own, and then I just got into the Alpha Legion from that, making just shit videos. And that's when I met Fresh.
Okay, so how I got in was I saw that video that Alpha made because I fucking watched his videos. I thought they were fucking funny. And he was like, oh, hey, there's an Alpha Legion Steam group. You should join it and shit. And I was like, you know what? I'll do that. Why not? Maybe I'll get to actually talk to him and shit. Maybe he's a cool guy. And fucking... I remember, like, for a few days to, like, maybe a few weeks. I can't remember. It's been so long. I was a puppy. What we refer to as a puppy. And, at first I was just like Disco Sergeant Vortigantis because fucking stupid fucking like 20-year-old Half-Life humor. And also like Disco Sergeant and shit like that because that was the vogue back in the day. And then one day I was fucking playing video games with like Larry, and Larry's like, hey, you're a cool guy, I'm gonna invite you to the veterans group. And then I got added to the Veterans Steam group, and then we made a Skype group, and then we all talked to each other, and that's how me and Karl met.
That's how a beautiful friendship started, with much sexual innuendo.
Yes.
essentially. And Karl was like 16 at the time, which I still think is weird.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, I met you when you were a fucking kid.
Jesus Christ, how long have we known each other? 5 years?
Almost 5 years.
Jesus. Should I also answer, or?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. You're part of the cast.
Okay, well, I'd been watching for a little while because I had a bunch of friends who were into 40K, and they were like, "Hey, there's this guy, Alpha Abusive, does these great videos. Check him out." And I was like, "Yeah, no, this is pretty funny. I don't know shit about 40K, but this is pretty funny." And I was like, one day I was like, "Hey, I'll join the, Steam group, see what's up." I go into the chat one day. Nexus is banning and kicking everyone. So I'm like, wow, I don't think I'm gonna go there anymore. A couple years later, Alpha puts out a video. This was when we were still working on fucking
The Alpha
Screaming
Legion
Night.
game.
And he was like, "Hey, I'm looking for a female voice actress. Here's the lines, put in the thing." And I'd been doing some stuff for like streams for a little while, but I was like, I need to get more confident about my voice acting. Fuck it, it's not gonna kill me to put in an audition. And I put in the audition and I got the part. So I got invited to the little the fucking group chat for making the game. Later on, Erndil told me that I was one of like 3 people that actually tried out for the thing, so I was like, wow, that makes me feel great. But yeah, from there, I was like, hey, I also do art, I can submit that too. And I just started submitting more of that, and then Alpha was like, hey, I've got this part in this little thing I'm doing. You know that text-to-speech like short that I did? I think I'm gonna do more episodes of that. And I want you to read for Alicia Dominica. And that was that, and I started doing more shit. Fun fact, Fresh thought I was gonna be a weeaboo faggot when he first saw me.
It was your name and your avatar at the time. And then we met, and then we hit it off. And here we are now.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Had our downs and our downs and our downs, and some ups. And we're still working on things and doing stuff, but it's good to be here.
That was one question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The best thing that we did with it, honestly, like, fucking, the Alpha Legion fell apart when we started taking the lore seriously, because
yeah, I know. I don't know why that happened. I was just sitting.
Egos, I guess. But the best thing we did was probably the Minecraft server.
Oh
so
yeah,
sad I missed
fucking
that.
Minecraft shit. That was fucking beautiful though.
Man, Minecraft server birthed a lot of things. It birthed, I think it basically birthed the idea of Fresh Tales, actually.
It also birthed the fucking Karl the Deranged being, Master Chef.
The Master Chef and an eternal rock creature that exists.
No, the rock creature got later. That was just when I was.
Yeah.
That was just when I was there, and everybody had like titles like lieutenant and such. And I was fuck, why can't I?
Back when we weren't. It was back when we didn't take ourselves so goddamn seriously. Even though Hot Mic, let's get some Hot Mic going. We still argued, like all of us way back in the day. We argued with each other a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of egos clashing, a lot of people getting mad at each other.
I used to be an angry motherfucker, like fucking I've been an angry motherfucker until relatively, I'm a calm person, like, compared to how I was back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're still working on it.
I'm still working. Wow.
But
no,
yeah.
I'm just saying, it's,
Yeah.
moments, but it's not as bad.
Next question.
Next question.
Yanir to the IV, that means 4th or 6th, I don't know. I have a question for nostalgia.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What would you do if you were left alone in the throne room of the Emperor? What would you do?
I would probably be like, what the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck is that corpse? What the shit? How do I get home? Oh god.
He's confused.
Why?
Well, yeah, fucking. That's the answer to that question.
There go.
Oh, fucking hell. I haven't I haven't gone through these questions, so we might, like, get something really bad. But,
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We'll answer it.
Remember our motto.
Justin Weekly, the life, universe, and everything. Greetings, Karl and Fresh. After having watched a bit of the Alpha Legion game on YouTube, I discovered via YouTube comments that Alpha is no longer part of the Legion. That got me thinking about the group itself and how I actually don't know much about it. Can you guys give an in-depth analysis and explanation of the origins of the Alpha Legion from its conception to what it is now? It started out as a stupid joke.
It was basically Alpha was like, I'm going to make a Steam group.
It started out as it started out as a huge meme that went out of control.
It just started off as a fucking joke with like things from like the Boreal cast, and then that's how it happened.
Yeah.
There's not really much
until later we decided maybe we can actually like do some little funny comedy stories with these characters that we've built around ourselves.
And then people started taking themselves seriously.
Yeah, like it was fun at first, but then people started getting really mad at each other, and certain people started taking their groups way too fucking seriously.
Fuck the roleplay forums. That was the nail in the coffin.
I still like that everybody had to change their backstory, except for me, because it was so ridiculous that he couldn't change it without just removing me entirely.
I was a defender of that. I was like, no, Karl does not have to change a goddamn thing because Karl is fucking eternal.
Mine didn't change because I just kept mine the same, because I was like, I didn't really end up liking the Slaneshi version of my character that I made too much. I was like, I have more fun when she's more like a straight man renegade type. So then I just switched her to that and was like, hey, now that the game's canceled, Slaneshi Nos never happened.
You're a straight man to me, specifically.
Yeah.
And I was a straight man to everybody else.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're a straight man to a straight man, but...
Well, I mean, you are sort of a middleman, because you have your own eccentricities.
Fair enough. But yeah, basically, people took themselves seriously. Then the group died. The end. Next question.
Yeah.
Here's a question called No Subject from Commissariant. Dear Alpha Legionnaires, Fresh, you have made a number of literary references in your previous episodes of the cast. Do you have any special education about it, or did you just suck out the few good parts of your free public education?
What?
What? Do you have any special education about it, or did you just suck out the good parts?
About what?
You kind of slurred a word in the beginning there.
You have made a number of literary references in your previous
literary references.
Literary references in your previous episodes of the cast.
I just read books.
Oh,
thanks.
Speaking of still using Alpha Legion, are we ever gonna come up with a different name?
No, because we're not part of the Alpha Legion. Okay, let's just do a little quick thing. Alpha Legion's fucking dead.
At this point, it's better to just make a new group entirely.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it would still be nice to have a name for our collective works.
Me and Alpha talked about this because the Black Library authors call themselves the High Lords of Terra collectively. And I was like, what if we called ourselves like the Custodians?
See, because it's like, I asked everybody that, but they never really came to a sort of consensus.
Also, all of the suggested names that we did, all of us kind of were bad.
Well, yeah, but I'd like to have something, especially because I want to change the name of the Facebook group. Because, I mean, again, we're not really Alpha Legion anymore.
I made a group once. It was called the Cool Club on Steam. And it was a private group.
The only member was you.
Yeah, it was the Cool Club, and the only member was me, and it was blocked to join it.
Jesus.
And the description just said, you can only join if you're cool enough.
But yeah, like literary references, I just read books.
He reads a lot. He'll sit here for hours, reading fucking RPG rule books and shit, and I'm just like, wait, haven't you already read through that? And he's like, No, I read through this other book. I haven't read through this one.
I also read through regular books.
Oh, I know.
Sitting there reading Friedrich Nietzsche with a nice cup of brandy in front of the flaming fire. With a chained up flaming homosexual in the corner.
Nietzsche only had good points until he went insane from syphilis.
I also can't use any of the fireplaces in my house because they've been bricked up.
There's okay. You fucking hate Santa Claus, I guess. But yeah. Karl, what is your favorite cartoon from childhood? Fucking... I mean, Bill and Manny was fucking good. Grim Tales of Billy and Mandy, or whatever it's called. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
And then Ed and Eddie, it's pretty good. Here's the thing though, back in the day everything was dubbed in Swedish, so nowadays I can't watch it without, and not, like, if I watch it and it's in English, I don't get nostalgia. Hello, nostalgia. But
this nostalgia is mine, fuck off.
like, in order to get nostalgia from watching these cartoons, I have to watch the shitty Swedish dubs.
Well, yeah, because I mean that's how you remember it as a kid. It's not gonna have the same effect if you're listening to this version that you hadn't listened to until you were an adult. It'd be like if I tried to watch, like, the Japanese dub of Sailor Moon. I wouldn't get the same feeling as if I watched, like, or if I even watched some of. They decided to redub the old series, but if I watched that, I wouldn't get the same nostalgia as I would from watching the old-ass Deke dub. Like the one where they said that fucking Sailor Uranus and Neptune were cousins? Because you can't have them be lesbian lovers? Yeah. I'd have to watch that.
Watching Dragon Ball, like, media without the English voices is weird. Because it's just like, I'm so used to hearing the English voices for fucking Goku and Krillin and all them. And then you fucking hear you hear fucking Goku and Gohan and Goten voiced by this fucking Japanese grandma.
They're all voiced by the same woman.
And it's just weird. By the way, Dragon Ball Super, it has good parts. Yamcha eats shit. It's hilarious.
The fuck? What? Alright. Yeah,
Next
fuck.
question.
Here we have a big important question by Khalil Hassan. He asks,
oh, fuck.
Favorite food? Why? My favorite food is my boyfriend's penis and literal shit. No, I don't know. My favorite food is probably sausage stroganoff. That shit's fucking amazing.
My favorite food is probably fucking barbecued ribs.
Barbecued ribs.
Steak and mashed potatoes.
Oh man, that's fucking good. Here's the thing. Have you ever had mashed potatoes with brown sauce?
Yes.
Brown sauce?
You mean brown gravy?
Yeah, gravy.
Fuck yes.
I just feel
Brown
so.
gravy is the only gravy.
I just feel so weird just mixing mashed potatoes with gravy. It feels like it shouldn't be there because you already have this pile of mess, and then you just pour more mess on top of it. I mean, for me, like sauce and shit, and gravy. Sauce. But yeah, gravy and such, for me, should be like for rice and stuff, you know? Or like individual boiled potato.
Rice
gravy with rice? What?
Dude, you never had rice and gravy?
No, that sounds weird.
That's great.
It's fucking amazing.
You have rice and gravy with fucking everything.
What the fuck?
It's great. I haven't had it in so long.
Gravy belongs on, like, meats and potatoes. Gravy doesn't need to be poured onto rice.
Yes,
rice is like a thing that you eat with, like, just, like, by itself.
No.
Or with, like you know, certain varieties of chicken.
No.
Well, you see, you don't want to have, like, thick gravy for rice. You want to have, like, a little bit watered down. So that, you know, rinses in between the individual rice. And then you eat it and get the flavor. It's so good.
I, like, also eat rice with soy sauce.
Oh, that's good as well. Holy shit, I have not done that in fucking forever. I forgot that you're supposed to eat it with rice with soy.
I'm perfectly content, like, just eating rice, like, by itself.
Like, holy shit, when was the last time I poured soy sauce on rice? Gee, I don't have no fucking clue. For me, soy sauce is just something, it's an ingredient for me for when I cook.
You know, I always always like put it on ramen and stuff because it gives it a meaty like mouth taste. Because like
mouth taste.
Mouth taste.
I
a
don't
meaty
know.
mouth
Like,
taste.
I was trying to go for mouthfeel.
Meaty mouthfeel?
Mouthfeel is a thing. Mouthfeel is an actual term. How the food feels in your mouth. That is a term that is used. You can Google it. But I sort of switched streams there, so it kind of came out weird.
A little bit.
But point being, during the times when I was being super cheap, trying to, make, like, groceries last for 2 months, and eating a whole lot of ramen, I was like, I need to do something to spice this up, because I don't want to use the seasoning packets all the time. So I was like, you know what? Let's try to make, like, a really cheap kind of stir-fry, sort of, minus the frying. So I made the ramen, I drained it, and then I just dumped soy sauce on it, mixed it up, and ate it, and I was like, this feels more satisfying for some reason.
Alright. Have you... Fucking hell.
What are you... Fresh is, like, side-eyeing me here. What are you thinking of?
Next question.
Come on. No, we're not going on to the next one. You've got something to say.
Carl.
You've got something to say.
You're talking about how the meat feels satisfying.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you expect me to look at you like?
Okay, there we go. Do you feel better having
Meat
said that?
feels satisfying. It sure does. But yeah. Dear motherfuckers and glorious Swedish Viking Karl.
Okay.
This is from Nikolai Trankier. I'm sorry. Oh, his
name sounds like Dick.
I think it's Danish. It says DK at the end. So maybe it's just like Nikolai Trankier. But yeah, I have a question for you, Karl, you handsome devil. How/when did you discover the glory of Warhammer? I discovered it when I was fucking with my brother, and he had bought this game called Dawn of Crusade. Dawn of Crusade, no, Dawn of War. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm sorry, I can't think.
He's talking about the Dawn of Crusade.
Dawn of Crusade, yeah. Dawn of Crusade, fuck you. Fuck, you really threw me off. But yeah. I got it when my brother bought Dawn of War. What's the fucking one with the Necrons?
Dark Crusade.
Dark Crusade, that's it. And,
how'd you forget that?
I don't know. That's a bit weird. Seeing that in my favorite Warhammer game, but yeah, so... Dark Crusade was my first thing with Warhammer, and I played it a lot, and I knew nothing of the lore or anything, but I played it anyways. For, like, when I started it, I thought that Space Marines and Imperials were on, like, different teams, and they disliked each other, you know? Like they were enemies, because that's how it is in the game. But, yeah, that's basically it, and... Then when I joined the Alpha Legion, I read up a bit more on the lore, because when I actually joined, I knew fuck all. So that was good. Why are you fucking sitting there laughing like Tommy Wiseau?
Because he's fucking...
He's fucking you?
Poking my toes.
Are you having,
like
are you having
like
sex
little,
in the middle of the podcast?
You have like little,
yes.
You have like little cute bean toes, but they're also like fucked up. They look underdeveloped.
I will admit, like, it kind of looks like...
It looks like your pinky toe is, like, devouring your pinky nail.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck happened to your feet?
I don't know.
What's wrong with your toes?
I don't know.
It's like they're stunted. They're like dwarf toes.
They might be. I don't know.
Stumpfoot. Holy fuck. She was part of Crusader Kings.
Poking at my toe hairs.
Toe hairs?
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
fucking...
My back hair.
That shit, thank you.
Fucking anyway, fucking
my enormous amount of back hair that my boyfriend calls my angel wings. I have back hair that's on, like, you know, 2 different sides of my back, so it looks like there's a fucking lane of no hair in the middle, and my boyfriend my boyfriend says that I have wings.
Wings made of back hair.
Yeah.
Has he ever tried to braid it?
No, it's not that long.
Anyway, fucking next question.
Next question.
No subject, but from Nemesis Death. With a D-E-T-H, like it's Death Clock, but yeah. Nemesis
no,
Death.
it's fucking the 90s again.
Like Death Cock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so, but anyway,
Death
so...
Cock.
So Karl and or Fresh and Nostalgia, why does Thunder hate the Tau so much? Is it because how they
joke.
mind control their own race have bullshit range, or because they have better moral than everybody else? Sincerely, Nemesis Death.
Okay, so the Tau don't have better morals than anything else. If anything, they're kind of an Orwellian totalitarian society that pretends that it's like this fucking great utopian society, when really, if you look just like a little bit at the surface, you notice that things are just about as grimdark as everywhere else. And Thunder mainly just hates the Tau as like a joke.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I mean, I can't speak for him, but I will anyways. I think he doesn't really care about them that much, honestly.
Yeah,
It's just...
he's told us that. He's just kind of like, I don't hate them that much. It's just, I don't really care.
It's a funny haha joke.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, this is a long... What the fuck is this?
Holy penis!
Fresh
How much of it is
Karlcast episode... Is this even a question?
How much of it is dedicated to sucking your dick? Specifically yours, Karl.
Why not my dick?
Because people seem to like calling Karl a sexy man beast.
They probably don't like me much because I keep calling them fucking faggots and awful, but it's like, just accept what you are.
Do it.
Here we have Christine for you. From Go Not Gentleman.
What?
Go Not Gentleman. I don't know. That's his name. Go Not Gentleman. He says, you often talk about your experience with Warhammer role-playing games. Have either of you ever played Warhammer Tabletop? And if so, what armies did you run, / want to run? I have played it, quote-unquote, played it once with... when I was over at Alpha. But it was actually more like me just watching them play it, because I didn't have an army, so I got to borrow a, abomination of glue that we called, a Hive Lord. And I played with that and died, and then I just laid in a couch for 9 hours.
I've never played Warhammer Tabletop because, one, it's too expensive, and I don't think I could put together the models really well or paint them because I have no skill in that, and so I just don't do it.
Alright.
Yeah, fucking... That and there's just nowhere to play around here. If we wanted to play, we'd have to drive, an hour and a half to Pittsburgh.
He's going to the forest and start playing with sticks. This is my space marine. It's a mushroom. But, a question. Battle Brother B asks, or says, first I would like to say thank you to both of you for making awesome content, and to Fresh for saying that my question was actually good during the Q&A with Soren the Bear on May the 8th.
Soren the Bay.
Anyway, fuck. Anyway, the question I have is, what is your favorite weapon from history and in Warhammer 40k, and how are you doing? Anyway, Toll's like, how are you doing? I'm alright.
I'm
Fine,
doing okay, I guess. Can't complain.
What a nice question.
That was a surprising change of pace.
Somebody cares.
How are you doing? I'm alright. Thanks. Favorite weapon from history and 40k. Fucking hell, I like the... here's the thing, I'm naturally drawn to the shit weapons.
Yeah, he is.
Because I just find it fun to have a shit weapon. So, I don't know, my favorite weapon in history is probably the Derringer.
The Deranged.
Yeah. Because it's just a small little poo baby gun that you can hide in your hand.
Small little poo baby gun.
And for the K, I would say that, like, laser eye that you can have implanted, that... You know, that cybernetic shit? It's just a laser eye.
Yeah.
That's my favorite weapon.
Well...
It's fucking good as well. It's better than a las gun.
I'd have to say that, my favorite historical weapon, I had to look up the name for it, the Chinese, longsword, the Jian. Like, it looks very simple, it looks very effective. I like the crossguard on it. It has... You know, you can have nice weapons that have, like, decorative things on them, but still, like, be effective, and, the Jian tends to have a nice little decorative style to it,
Yeah,
while also
actually,
being simple and effective.
Chinese swords and such are actually pretty fucking cool. I really like the design of them. Also, Indian weapons.
And, favorite 40k weapon?
Sword.
Favorite 40k weapon, well, there's a lot of 40k weapons, but if I had to choose,
The bow.
I'd have to say the chain halberd because it's a halberd that is also a chainsaw.
No, Fresh. You want the bow.
Stop shitposting.
The
anyway.
bow and arrow.
It's like, you know, fucking chain weapons are, you know, they're simple, brutal, meaty. But a chain halberd, it's a fucking polearm that has a chain sword on it.
What about
It's
you,
a fucking
Nos?
chainsaw halberd.
What about
Okay,
you?
If I have to go with for a serious weapon, I'd say probably guandaos. Guandaos are
Guandao?
fucking cool. But
What's a
I
guandao
have
again?
a fondness. A guandao is a type of polearm.
Isn't that just like a sword on a spear?
Kinda, yeah. It's like a big curved Chinese sword on the end of a stick. And it's really fucking cool looking. Go look up a guandao. But I have become fond of ridiculous old guns. Like, I found that somebody way back when made a flintlock knife.
Oh yeah.
Or there's like one where it was like a type of pistol, but it had like 6 different sets of like chambers that rotated.
Jesus.
Or little tiny hidden weapons, or actual gun blades were a thing. Gun blades, like gun pikes. I love stupid shit like that. Stupid shit that was actually historically real.
I know that
It's my favorite fucking thing.
the Norwegians did one of those. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a bayonet knife that also is a gun.
Yeah, like, you know, like pikes that were fucking also just one-shot guns.
You gotta love it when you strap another gun to your gun.
Yeah, just you stab a guy, and then you can shoot him.
Well, here's
while
the
he's
thing
on
though.
the end of your
I know that's cool and all, but I've never understood the thing of stabbing them and then shooting. I mean, you've already stabbed
Well,
the fucker.
you'll want to make sure they're dead.
Yeah, because the pike might not do the job.
I mean,
mean-
it probably will because pikes are fucking big, and like if you get stabbed in your organs with like a pike, it's gonna.
I mean, the whole point of having a
Hey.
fucking gun knife is so that, like, they will see you have a knife and they're like, "Pff, knife fight, and then you just, surprise,
Oh,
surprise,
also-
it's a pistol. You shoot them from
I forgot to
you know,
mention
far away.
that flintlock knife I mentioned. It was a butter knife.
What?
No shit, I can get you the picture. Of.
Fucking butter your toast, and then if it doesn't work out, well, shoot your toast.
Yes,
Butter the toast, and if it
but-
starts moving, shoot it.
Yeah, you never know. It could be a mimic.
Anyway, what's your
Mimic piece of
Okay,
toast.
weapon, probably Eviscerator.
the giant like 12-foot long chainsaw?
Yes. It's so stupid.
It's not even a chain sword, it's just a chainsaw, really, because it has no, like, sword aspect to
Well,
it.
it's got a sword grip. Well, okay,
Yeah.
it's got like a grip.
It's a
that...
fucking Zweihander chainsword. And it's great. It's big and dumb and I love it.
Fucking, I remember my fucking Dark Heresy character from a game that, like, a friend of ours used to run. Fucking my guardsman had so many goddamn weapons on him. He had, like, an assault stubber, which is like a heavy stubber, but it's, like, the size of a rifle. Which means that you have, like, a heavy machine gun, but it can, like, fit in your hands. An eviscerator. A gunblade. Well, not a gunblade, but it was, like, an officer's sword that had, like, a hand cannon built into the crossguard. Which I never hit anybody with, by the way. And a percussion hammer. And a percussion hammer is a Forge World thing used by menials on a Forge World, where it is a hammer so powerful that it basically, like, hammers in the bolts to, like, Titan plating.
Fuck. Okay, Jesus.
Oh yeah, shotgun hammers were apparently a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shotgun. Of course.
That's great too.
Alright, shall we do...
I love stupid fucking shit like that.
Shall we do the last question and then just wrap it up?
Yeah.
Make it good.
Alright, so... Ray Rom asks, "Hello guys, these are my questions. Fresh, what non-weeaboo game do you like besides Bloodborne/Dark Souls?"
Do you... My fucking expression. I want to smack you. Because, like, the term weeaboo has lost all meaning at this point. Like, yes, Japan was made... yeah, Bloodborne was made in Japan. Shut the fuck up. That doesn't matter.
I want you to know that the person who asked this, his profile picture is Jerry from Seinfeld.
Fuck off. I don't even want to answer that question.
What non-weeaboo game do you like?
Okay, fucking, like... You know what? In direct opposition to that question, I like fucking Dark Souls, which is also from Japan.
Well, he said Dark Souls as well.
Metal Gear Solid Rising. What?
He said
Bloodborne/Dark Souls.
Bloodborne and Dark Souls.
Oh. Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance. That's from Japan. Fucking... I guess an American-made game? Fucking... Oblivion.
Yeah.
There you go.
Karl, what have you done in a role-playing game that you are proud of? Proud or happy about? Fucking I don't know. It was a long time ago since I fucking played role-playing games. I guess, I don't know, setting a wall on fire as a goblin. Ruining everybody. Actually, you know what? That fucking goblin in itself... Because his stealth was so high that he couldn't fail a stealth roll. But yeah, that's pretty good. And those were the last questions, so...
Oh, well...
Well, we have more questions, but I don't feel like fucking answering all of them right now, because we're up to 2 hours already.
And you said that this was going to be a short podcast, but then I lengthened it with incest.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yes.
But thanks everybody. I might try to create some kind of iTunes account so we can actually upload this as a proper podcast. And that's all for today. Do we have any closing shit that we want to bring up before we jump back down to the hole where we came from?
I'm so fucking tired.
Well, I guess as a closing statement, speaking to our audience as human beings, please calm the fuck down. Everybody. The world needs to slow down, okay? Like, everything that's happening in Europe, whatever the fuck is going on at UC Berkeley, people on both sides just acting like jackasses. Calm down! Fucking hell! You're watching the Fresh Karlcast. What are you doing with your life that has got you so stressed?
And that's it for today. Thanks and bye-bye.
Signing off.